Good morning, afternoon, or evening. How you doing today? Welcome back to Mr. Morrow's Algebra 1 class. And today we're going to continue with learning how to solve systems of linear equations. Yesterday we learned how to solve systems by graphing. There are two other ways to solve systems algebraically. The first method is substitution, which is what we're going to learn today. And the second algebraic method is called elimination, which we will learn tomorrow. Let's think about substitution method. And before we actually learn the substitution method, let's think about the word substitution. If I substitute quarterback X with quarterback Y, what does that mean to you? That I switch them, I replace them, correct? If I substitute sugar with Splenda, what does that mean? That I switched it. I took the sugar out and I put the Splenda where the sugar was, correct? Okay, so substitution is when you replace. You're switching one value for another. You're replacing. And that is step one to when we're solving systems by substitution. The first thing we want to do is you want to choose an equation and solve for the variable of your choice. Try to choose the easiest one to solve for, though. You're going to solve for the easiest variable that you can see. In this particular case, do we have to choose? No, because I already know what y equals, correct? So I have already done step one for you. We already know what one variable equals. That's the goal. You want to either know what x is equal to or what y is equal to. You want to solve for the easiest variable possible. In this case, it's already been solved for. So that's step one. Now, step two. Substitute the expression for the variable you just solved for into the other equation. Solve for the other variable. What am I talking about? Do you see here that y I have in both equations? Doesn't y equal y? Right? That makes sense, right? Y equals y, right? But don't I have here that y equals 3x? So can't I replace 3x for the y in that equation? Do you see what I'm doing there, guys? Do you see it? Okay. So substitute the expression for the variable you just solved for in the other equation. Solve for the other variable. So now I have x plus y, which is 3x, because I substituted, equals negative 32. X plus 3x is 4x, which equals negative 32, divided by 4, x equals negative 8. Does everyone understand what I have just finished doing? This is just the first two steps. Yes, sir. How could y be 5y? No, if it was 5y, then it'd be 5 times 3x. Yes, sir. We're gonna have more than just one example. Yes, sir. Does that make sense, guys? Huh? Okay, let us continue. Step 3. Substitute the expression for the variable you just solved for into the other equation now and solve for the other variable. Do you see now how x equals negative 8? Can't I plug that into this x right here? Yes. So now I have y equals 3 times x, which is negative 8. Y equals negative 24. My solution, negative 8 comma negative 24. if I want to check that, well, first of all, does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
Everyone understands that. Now, if I want to check it, I can. Whoever said that, thank you. Plug it in. Y they say is negative 24. Does that equal 3 times negative 8? Guys? Yes, of course it does. X is negative 8. I plugged it in. 3 times negative 8 does equal negative 24. Does negative 8 minus 24 equal negative 32? Yes, it does. So this is a solution. Does that make sense? The good news, that's it. That's the lesson. That's the lesson. Now we're just going to practice and apply it to some word problems, and we'll go from there. Now this next one, I'm going to give you a warning. It's not going to always be pretty, beautiful, sweet numbers. Sometimes you're going to have ugly numbers, and in this one, it's going to be an ugly number. Now, first things first. Solve for the easiest variable you can find. What's the easiest variable to solve for here? The second y. Very good. So let's do it. Subtract 2x to both sides. Y equals negative 2x plus 10. Is everyone with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Y equals y, right, guys?
Yes.
So I'm going to take this y value of negative 2x plus 10 and plug it in to that y. You feel me? Guys, come on, talk to me. Okay, so now I have 3x plus 4 times y, which is negative 2x plus 10. This goes back to the question you had earlier, my brother. Equals 12. Now, remember how I told you guys that you're going to have to solve equations for the rest of your mathematical career?
Yes.
Here we go. So I hope you've been practicing. 3x, please remember to distribute. Minus 8x plus 40 equals 12. 3x minus 8x is negative 5x plus 40 equals 12. Subtract 40 to both sides. Negative 5x equals negative 28. Divide by negative 5. X equals 28 fifths. Leave it in improper fraction form. It's going to make your life a lot easier. Trust me. Because if you go to mixed number and then you got to multiply to something, you got to turn the mixed number back into the improper anyways. Very good, son. Now you take this x value and you plug it into the other equation. You substitute, thank you, to solve for y. Y equals negative 2 times x, which is 28 fifths, plus 10. Y equals negative 56 fifths, plus 10 over 1. Common denominator is 5. That goes to 5. This goes to 50. Y equals negative 6 fifths. What is my solution here in red? 28 fifths, comma, negative 6 fifths. They're not always going to be pretty. But if I plug them in, they will satisfy both equations. Not that bad, is it, guys? Yes, sir, my brother. How did I get the 10 to be 50? We're adding fractions. So this 10 has a denominator of 1. The common denominator between 1 and 5 is 5. So I multiply 5 to both the denominator and the numerator. Thank you for asking. Anything else here, guys? I will say a caution, a word of caution to my students in this class and in all my classes, and to any of the students that are out in the internet world. If you don't know how to add, subtract, multiply, divide, integers, decimals, and fractions, your mathematical career will be very, very hard on you. You must know the basics, my friends. Thank you. Let us continue. What is the solution to the system of equations? Okay, what do you think you want to solve for first? Who do you want to solve for first? Who do you want to solve for, though? You want to solve for the y. Very good. The second y. Great job, sir. So I'm going to add 2x to both sides. Y equals 2x plus 2. This is my y, so I'm going to plug in this y into the other equation, giving me 3 times y, which is 2x plus 2, plus 4x equals 16. Solve for x. Please remember to distribute. 6x plus 6 plus 4x equals 16. 6x plus 4x is 10x, plus 6 equals 16. Subtract 6 to both sides. 10x equals 10, divided by 10, x equals 1. Now that I have my x equals 1, take that x value and plug it into the other equation to solve for y. Y will equal 2 times x, which is 1, plus 2. Y equals 4. My solution in red equals 1, comma 4. And if you plug that into both original equations, it will make both of them true. Does that make sense, my friends? Yes, sir. Are you ever going to have to graph these? No, because that's why it's substitution method. So we're doing it algebraically. Yes, sir. How would you know which one is the easiest one to solve for? All I got to do is get rid of this 2x and I have my y equals. Does that make sense, gentlemen? Thank you. Okay, let us continue. Okay, what is the solution of system of equations? Okay, what is the easiest variable to solve for here? Yes, sir. Second one, I don't know what the second one means.
X.
The x in the second equation, yes. So I subtract 3y to both sides. X equals negative 3y plus 15. I'm going to take that value of x and I'm going to plug it into the x of the other equation. 4y minus 2 times x, which is negative 3y plus 15, equals 10. Solve for y. 4y plus 6y minus 30 equals 10. 4y plus 6y is 10y minus 30 equals 10. Add 30 to both sides. 10y equals 40. Divide by 10. Y equals 4. Now that I have this y equals 4 value, I plug it into the y of the other equation. X equals negative 3 times 4 plus 15. X equals negative 12 plus 15. X equals 3. My solution in red is 3, comma 4. Remember, the solution is in ordered pair. It's the x, comma y. Does that make sense, my friends? Now, it's a long process. I know. I hear you. The only way to make this an easier, quicker process is by knowing how to solve your equations quickly and easily. If you don't know how to solve equations, this is going to be a very difficult section. So please, I beg you all to practice if you don't know what you're doing. Please. All right, now, the real fun part, the word problems. This is what you're going to see on the SAT and the ACT and on my tests and on quizzes and on the homework. So I want you to know how to do it. You don't have to graph these because that's the mission, but it's real easy when you set it up and solve by substitution. A snack bar sells two sizes of snack packs. So two sizes of snack packs. So we're talking about two unknowns already. There's a large snack pack for $5 and a small snack pack for $3. And one day the snack bar sold 60 snack packs for a total of $220. How many small snack packs did the snack bar sell? Okay. I've got a large snack pack, which I'm going to call X. And I've got small snack packs, which I'm going to call Y. I don't care who you call to what. You want to call large Y, you want to call small X, I don't care. It's up to you. But every large snack pack is X and every small snack pack is Y. So let's think about the second sentence. In one day, the snack bar sold 60 snack packs. So doesn't that mean that they sold a number of large plus a certain number of small to have a total of 60 snack packs sold? Do you guys see that? And then they tell you that it's $5 per large snack pack and $3 for small snack pack. And they told you they made $220. So $5 for every snack pack X plus $3 for every snack pack Y, every small snack pack, equals $220. Excuse me. This is the most important part. Solving is the easy part. Does everyone understand how and why I set this up? Because now would be the time to ask my friends. Okay? So, talk to me, my friends. What's the easiest variable to solve for? Who do you want to solve for? I know the top one. Which one? Okay, you could have solved for X or Y. You want to solve for Y. Subtract X to both sides. So I know that Y equals negative X plus 60. Okay, you ready? Let's do this. That's what Y equals. So I'm going to plug it into the Y of the other equation. So I got 5X plus 3 times Y, which is negative X plus 60, equals 220. 5X, please remember to distribute, minus 3X plus 180 equals 220. 5X minus 3X is 2X plus 180 equals 220. Subtract 180 to both sides. 2X equals 40 divided by 2. X equals 220. Now that I know what X is, I'm going to take my value of X and plug it in to the other equation to solve for Y. Y will now equal negative 20 plus 60. Y equals 40. So what is my solution in this time in black? My solution is I sold 20 large snack packs and 40 small snack packs. How does that make sense? 20 plus 40 is 60. 20 times 5 is 100. 40 times 3 is 120. 100 plus 120 is 220. It works. Does that make sense, my friends? Promise? You got this, Papa? Okay. Let's move on. Number 6. One high-speed internet provider has a $50 setup fee and costs $30 per month. Another provider has no setup fee and costs $40 per month. In how many months will both providers cost the same? What will that cost be? If you plan to cancel in 1 year, which is the cheaper provider? People do this every day. They make choices every day without doing the math. And companies look forward to having people that don't know how to do the math, because then I could rip you off. So let's see which is the best plan. Let's see. We'll call plan A the first one they talked about. One internet provider had a $50 setup fee plus $30 per month. So their cost Y equals $30 per month plus a $50 setup fee. Company B. Company B says another provider has no setup fee and costs $40 per month. So this is just 40x. That's the hard part. And how many months will both providers cost the same? Now in this case, doesn't Y equal Y? Don't they want to know when this company will equal this company? So, when will 30x plus 50, which is Y, equal 40x, which is Y? Think about that. Don't they want to set up the Y of the A company equal to the Y of the B company? There you go. And that's 50. So subtract 30x to both sides. 50 equals 10x. Divide by 10. X equals 5. Okay, remember, X is time. That's 5 months. So that's when they're going to break even. How much will it cost? Y equals 40 times 5. So Y will equal $200. So my solution, in 5 months, the cost of $200 will be the same for both companies. Now, if you're only going to be, let's say that you're studying, and you're only going to be studying in this city or this country or this state for 1 year, which is the better plan? Well, Y equals 30 times 1 plus 50, that's $80. Or, wait a second. 1 year, it should be 12. Maybe I should learn how to read. 30 times 12 plus 50, so that's 360 plus 50. So for 1 year plan A, it'd be $410. As opposed to Y equals 40 times 12, Y would equal $480. So believe it or not, even though this had a $50 setup fee, this is the cheaper plan if you're going to have it for 1 year. I'm sorry? If you had it for 4 months, then that would work better. When will they both cost the same? At 5 months. You were asking, sir? Okay. Does that make sense, my brothers? You're done. Thank you very much. Hope you learned a lot and have a great day.